Hi, and thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to do an update on my 6-month blueprint. So my name is Tyler Stokes from StokesTrades.com. I'm on a journey to become a full-time day trader, and I started this journey in January 2024, and I created a 6-month blueprint, and now I've done my first 6 months, and I have updated this blueprint. So I'm going to go over this blueprint with you, and you can actually download a copy of this blueprint below this video and get copy yourself. It's completely free, and all the links in this blueprint link out to resources that I've created or that I've personally used. So I would recommend that you click below and download your own copy. So as I mentioned, 2024, early this year, I decided I wanted to become a day trader. And what did I do first? Well, I went over to YouTube, where you might be watching this right now, and I watched some video. Now, the thing with YouTube videos is that there are some channels, specifically in the day trading niche and other marketing niches, where they create very engaging videos, but it doesn't mean that the people creating these videos can teach you how to successfully trade. So I know from personal experience in the affiliate marketing niche that many affiliate marketers make engaging videos with amazing video editing skills, but it doesn't mean that what they're teaching is going to help you become an affiliate marketer or become a day trader. So again, YouTubers want you to watch as many videos as possible because they get advertising dollars. They generally target, beginners and so on. So basically what I'm trying to say is that just be careful with some YouTube channels regarding day traders. It doesn't mean that all creators are necessarily bad. There are some good course creators out there. There are some really good channels about day trading, but just be careful because not everyone has the best intentions when they're targeting beginners in the make money online niches, or specifically the day trading niches. Now, what I was lucky enough to find was a trustworthy, quote unquote, a mentor, and that was with the Real Day Trading Reddit group. So I reference this in the blueprint. You can click on the link in the blueprint. You can go to their Reddit group, and they have a wiki that I've downloaded and that I plan to go through. So my blueprint was basically created based on some of the recommendations from that group and other research that I have done before I started my journey. Okay, so what did I do in this first 6 months? And what can you potentially do as well if you're a beginner looking to day trade? So below in my blueprint here, I took 4 steps, and it took me 6 months to complete. I worked for a few hours during the week, mainly on the weekend. So you might be able to do all 4 steps in 6 weeks, or it might take you, a full year. Everyone's schedule is different. Everyone's knowledge base is different as well. So it doesn't matter how long it takes you. However, these seem to be the most important first steps that beginners should tackle. Now, I think most people can get through this material in 6 months. What will differ is the level of understanding. So I personally have an introductory level of understanding after 6 months. So I need to focus on this stuff a little bit more. If you have a schedule where you can study a lot during the week and every single day, then, in 6 months, you might be able to master some of these concepts. So what this means is that for me, I need to do some more studying before I venture on to the next phase of my journey. Before I look into a day trading strategy, I need to study some of the concepts that I go over in this blueprint. And that's what I plan to do in the coming months. But specifically what I did is I spent the first 2 months studying some stock market basics, and then I set up my brokerage account. So that's steps 1 and 2. Month 3 and 4 were dedicated to studying options. This step is optional. If you don't want to learn about options, you don't necessarily have to, but because many day trading strategies aren't involved with options, personally, I want to study them, so I did. And then months 5 and 6 were dedicated to studying technical analysis. Now, this step is essential because every day trading strategy needs a good foundation of technical analysis. Now, in the blueprint, all the steps below have links to articles, videos, and various podcasts. So again, I would recommend that you download it. Now, I do share all the resources that I used. And I want to mention that, the first 6 months should be a learning and studying phase. So apart from like books you can find a lot of information for free online. Now, one resource that I did use other than textbooks was the software TradingView. So TradingView, it's a charting software. It's great for beginners. Even when you start day trading professionally, you might want to use this tool. You can sign up for a free account. I would recommend that you sign up for the account, or else you're going to get some annoying pop-ups. But basically, you can sign up for the account at TradingView, and you can use this charting software to practice technical analysis and see the charts of various stocks and so on. So highly recommended to use that resource when you're learning technical analysis and you're studying day trading. Now, I did buy a few books and audiobooks. So I bought 2 textbooks and several audiobooks. I would recommend both of these textbooks if you want to study options. The Options as a Strategic Investment is a great textbook. And then everyone should potentially get the technical analysis of the financial markets. And again, the Blueprint has links to these. That's a great book. Many people recommend it. Again, if you're studying day trading, you need to study technical analysis. If you like the idea of studying from a textbook that has a study guide, so I have the study guide and the audiobook version of that book, Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets, I would highly recommend that book. And then Trading in the Zone is another book that I bought. I have the audiobook version of that. That's a mindset textbook, or that's a mindset book. And it's highly recommended as well. If you don't have an account with Audible, consider, getting an account. Audiobooks for me have been a lifesaver. It's great to listen to this stuff, read about it, use the study guides and so on. The more touches you get, I think the better for your learning. So audiobooks are definitely something that I have been using. Software I mentioned, TradingView, check out TradingView. I'm going to personally be using that when I do real day trading as well with real money. And now I have been using some AI tools. So I personally use the tools ChatGPT, Grok from X, and then there's another one called Claude that many people have been saying is very good. These tools are only going to get better, and they just help enhance the learning for me. You can ask them questions, you can get clarifications. AI tools for learning are great, and they're only going to get better. So I would recommend you consider using some AI tools. Now, again, during this first phase, you really don't need to buy anything other than potentially those textbooks that I recommended. In my opinion, a lot of information can be found online for free, and I reference it here in this blueprint. So in my opinion, don't go buy a course on a day trading strategy. You don't need that right now. You need to study and build a good foundation of knowledge before looking into any specific types of strategy. So in the blueprint, excuse me, I've got a link to all the different resources that you can get access to. So step 1 was stock market basics. So the first step is to get familiar with some stock market basics. Depending on your current schedule, or excuse me, your current knowledge, you might be able to skip this step, or you might want to spend even more time studying here. So these are the topics that I personally went over, and in the blueprint, these are all clickable. So what are stocks? So if we click that, then we're going to go to this particular page where it has a YouTube video and a podcast and other resources there. So all these links are all clickable, that you can find more resources from the blueprint. So we studied stocks, we studied bonds, ETFs, commodities, futures, Forex trading, and short selling, which is really important. So that was good for me. Again, you might want to go into even more detail about some stock market basics. And then step 2 was to choose a broker. So here in the blueprint, for this step, we opened a brokerage account. We activated a paper trading account. So that's virtual money. You'll want to do that for sure. I personally went with Interactive Brokers. That was the best one for me. And then you'll want to get familiar with all the different order types for stocks. So again, here's a guide on choosing a broker, paper trading account with Interactive Brokers. And then here is a guide on all different order types. So market orders, limit orders, and so on. So you want to get familiar with your dashboard, paper trading, and then all different types of stock, ordering different stocks. So the next step is to study options. So I want to learn options and study options. However, this is optional because not every day trading strategy requires you to learn options, but I'm going to be going with the Real Day Trading Reddit group and their strategy first. And they tend to use options a little bit, so I want to study them. After going through the basics of options, you will probably have a better idea whether this is something that you want to learn about. So these are the major things we went over. What are options, selling options, options prices, options, the Greeks, and then option spreads. And it's very much just an introduction to options. Now, step 3 was technical analysis. And the importance here is that technical analysis is essential. Every day trading strategy incorporates technical analysis. And again, all these are clickable to all different pieces of content, videos, and articles. So technical analysis versus fundamental analysis, just understanding what technical analysis is important. Candlestick charts is something that you're going to want to learn how to read. Trends and trend lines is super important. Support and resistance, that whole concept is important. There's so many indicators that you can use. You want to study many of them. Volume plays an important role in analyzing the price action of various securities. Chart patterns are important to understand and be able to visually see. And then Elliott wave theory is something that we studied as well. And you'll also want to study candlestick patterns. So that's a visual sort of learning phase that you want to do that we don't have in this particular blueprint, but candlestick patterns are something you will also want to reference. And then we've got a big resource page here from the blueprint that you can go and check out as well. So here are sort of my thoughts after creating this blueprint. So the blueprint, in my opinion, should be used as a roadmap to starting your journey towards becoming a full-time day trader. There's going to be concepts where you will need to access more resources to fully understand them. So the textbooks, I think, are a great place to start, or other websites and so on. So some of the podcasts or videos and articles that I've created aren't going to be enough for you to fully grasp some of these concepts. You're going to need to use some AI tools, reference some textbooks, or some further reading and studying to really master some of these concepts. Again, use this outline as a roadmap on what concepts you should study. You probably will need to access more resources to fully understand them. Now, I've listed many of the ones that I personally used in our community on School. So you can kind of click this link and you can come join the community. It's 100% free and everything is shared in that community. So I would sort of highly recommend you check out that group. Now, again, we talked about, how long this should take you. Should it take you 6 months? Now, you certainly don't want to get stuck in analysis paralysis. You don't want to kind of get stuck studying before moving on and studying a strategy. Some people, you won't be able to master this information in less than 6 months. Some people, if you've got all the time in the world, then you can certainly get through this in 6 months. Personally, I plan to go through the study guides of both those textbooks, learn the ins and outs of TradingView before I enter the next phase. So that's just me. Again, you might be ready to move on to the next phase, but only you will know that when you go through all of this and study all of the material that is needed. Now, there is a quote that I referenced here in the blueprint, just to give you some perspective. This is from someone who's a super successful trader, millions of dollars trading, and has seen many beginners try to trade, and he's seen many beginners become successful traders as well. And here's a quote, and I have the source here in the blueprint as well. But basically, this is the founder of the Real Day Trading Reddit group. He says, it takes a minimum of 2 years of training to get to the point where you can expect to see a consistent profit from trading. So for many, that is really 3 to 4 years, as most do not have the time to dedicate 40 plus hours a week that you'll need to spend learning this the right way. There's no shortcuts, and anyone who claims otherwise is lying and most likely trying to scam you out of money. It's hard, it's very hard, but it is also a learnable skill. So follow the steps, stick with it, be patient, and remember the goal: financial independence. So again, there's just some perspective. You're not going to be a day trader successfully in 6 months or a year. It's going to take time for you to learn all this stuff, but it is learnable. You've got to stick with it. This is a something that takes a long time to learn, but again, financial independence can be achieved with this form of day trading. So I just wanted to share that and that perspective and just keep everything transparent and honest. So what's next? What's in the next phase? Well, again, I mentioned a few times that in the next few months, I plan to study more about technical analysis and more about options, and I plan to do a sort of walkthrough guide on TradingView. So I'm going to be comfortable looking in towards a strategy when I have a better base and of knowledge in terms of options, technical analysis, and my charting software tool. So that's what I plan to do in the next few months. Once you have good knowledge of everything in this blueprint, then it's going to be time to study a day trading strategy. So for me, I'm going to study the wiki from the Real Day Trading Reddit group. And I also plan to learn more about Elliott wave theory. That's a concept that sort of I found interesting after going through the material in the first 6 months. Now you might want to, follow the same path, or perhaps, there's something else that you want to research. Maybe you really like the idea of trading currencies. You want to study the Forex trading strategy, or maybe you want to trade futures. Again, no matter what strategy you end up focusing on, the material in this blueprint, I think, is essential to understand first. And again, here's the TLDR version that we just went over. Review some stock market basics, choose an online broker, set up a paper trading account, learn how to buy and sell stocks, all the order types, study options if you wish to, and then for sure study and master technical analysis. So thanks so much for watching this. Below, again, you can find a link where you can download this copy for yourself. Again, you might be watching this on the YouTube channel. That's great. We do have a podcast that's going to start back up in the fall. And again, you can always come to the website, stokestrades.com, to find all the information that is published there. So thanks so much for watching this. Subscribe to the channel and go ahead and download your own copy of this that you can reference. And again, you can use this as a roadmap for when you're studying and you're just starting your journey on becoming a full-time day trader. So thanks again, and I will talk to you in the next video.